Okay, Glenn, I'm just looking over your swings from yesterday, and I wanted to show you this video to kind of let you see how the small changes we made really made a good positive improvement on your swing. The biggest thing we talked about was in your first swing over here on the left was how your hand position at address changes going into impact. You can see your hand position's kind of close to your body here, and as you come down right here at impact, your hand position's further away from your body. So what we did was we just set your hands further away from your body at the address position. So your second swing over here on the right, you can see that we just moved your hands outside your body a little bit. Same swing, didn't talk about anything really much other than that. And there you go. Your hands are right back in the same box they were at address. As you can see too, the shaft angle much closer to the original shaft angle on your second swing than it was in your first. You can see right here how far away it is from the original shaft angle on the left, and then how much more closely it resembles not only just parallel to it, but also how much closer to it is. So those are two big changes that you made, and getting that club back to where it sits originally is a big factor in hitting the ball solidly. So that's a good improvement that you made there. The other thing I wanted to show you, and this is really cool, was on your first swing of the day. If I was to draw a line, trace your hands up to the top. Take your hands away a little bit inside, and from there you take it up really nice. And at the top you're right there. So I'll draw that line and we'll trace it up there. Now on the way down, watch your first move. You come a little bit out and over the top of it. Comes down about like that. So again, as you bring it up, come inside a little bit, then you take it straight up, which is good. And you come down and over the top. And that's why you're outside a little bit there. What we talked about here on this on the swing to the right later on in the day, we talked about just kind of dropping your hands straight down. Get the feeling that they're going at a 90-degree angle to the ground at the top of the downswing in the transition. So you can see here, we'll trace the same lines. You take it inside again like you did. You get right up to the top, which is fine. And then watch what happens here. You get the feeling of dropping your hands straight down. That's the feeling you're going for. But what happens in actuality is your hands just follow that line straight down. It's perfect. And again, your hands are right back in the box where they were at address. So that's a big change. Big improvement. Around and up. Straight back down. And down. The coolest thing about this for me is not only was that a big improvement, but look over here on the left on your first swing. Look at your hips here as opposed to how much further they've turned here. See how much more your hips have turned on the second swing? And the reason that is because as your hands have to drop, your body has to turn differently for your hands to get back to the ball. So on the left swing where your hands are kind of driving the boat a little bit and your upper body is driving the boat, your lower body doesn't have to turn because your upper body is taken over. And the reason we know your upper body is taken over is because your hands go outside. That means your upper body kind of was dominating the downswing. Well, look over here. As you get the feeling of dropping your hand straight down, all of a sudden your hips had to turn more. See? And your hips turn more and they're a little bit more open at the target. Your hips are open at the target. Your shoulders are a little bit close to the target. Whereas here, your hips and your shoulders are both kind of close to the target. So you made much more of a hip turn, and you didn't even have to think about it. Your body just kind of did the work for you when all you were thinking about was that feel of your hands dropping straight down. So that's a pretty cool thing because your hips are in a much better place here at impact on the second swing than they were on the first. So that's kind of cool how the golf swing works like that when one part of the body just tells the other what to do. And that's how you didn't even have to think about moving your hips more. It just naturally happened. So that's a really good thing, man. So you're in a much better position there. So continue working on that. Get in front of the mirror. Drop those hands straight down from the top. And then for next week, we'll just kind of keep going on some of this stuff, and we'll get you getting better and better each week. All right, brother.